guys, welcome back. I'm gonna say two words, please, for the love of the gods. Don't throw anything, because I don't know what I'm walking into. I'm probably walking into something good, and Loki's back there like, oh yeah. Um, does anybody remember an authoress or blogger called Lanaya Winterly? Is this ringing any bells? Because for the last year or so, I keep tripping over references, but unfortunately there's only two things existing on the internet now to show they ever existed. There's the Reddit, where I guess somebody thought they'd get every heathen in existence to dogpile on her, and they actually surprised the original poster and said, you know what, let her be. She wants to do what she wants to do, fine, let her. And a Facebook thing for that, Witches and Pagans, which is where she'd been hosted, I guess. And they said they agreed with her that there's a lot of racism and intolerance because apparently she was mixed race. Which I don't agree with that because we're all the human race, but you know what I mean. She was, I don't know, I suppose she did not look like everyone else thought she should look to practice heathenry. Let's be polite, gentlemen and ladies, about this. And I'm like, for one, I don't give two shits if she wants to practice heathenry or esoteric or paganism or Wicca or whatever. But I didn't get to read the article and I was interested. I'm like, well, if she had a major chip on her shoulder, then I could see people taking issue with that, but I didn't get to read it. So I'm just puzzled. Apparently, and here's where it gets confusing. I don't know, is she claimed to be a wife of Odin or the original poster claimed to be a wife of Odin? And for all those people, that will laugh at such things, I don't think anybody will want to pick a bar fight with Galena. So I don't think anybody on this planet's that fucking crazy. Personally, she scares me, so I wouldn't do it. But she was not the one that supported this young lady. It was another authoress that supported her, and I'm like, you know what? Her do her. And if Odin wants to go off and have followers from all over the world, more power to Odin. I personally don't have a problem. And you guys know I have that heathen board, and I have it that I don't care what color you are, what planet you come from. If the gods called you, that's between you and them, you know? It's just in general, like I would have told people when I was like writing about Wicca or tell people about anything else, don't have a chip on your shoulder, don't have an attitude problem, and accept that if you don't fit what people think you should fit, you're going to have a hard time. I think they were giving her a hard time for being so eclectic, which, people that are very strictly by the book or, God forbid, Reconstructionists are going to kill you if you're not. And, I think the whole wife of Odin thing bothered people a lot, and I'm like, her do her, but it was just strange because apparently all of her articles disappeared and she's not on Facebook and I can't find her. And when I can't find someone, I don't know if it's the Loki in me or the Odin in me, I go nuts and I have to dig. So I'm asking you guys, if you read this, do you remember? Was this a good person in the community? Were they flaky? Were they friendly? Are they off practicing something else entirely now? And it made me think. It made me wonder how often we as humans interfere with the will of the gods because we're butthurt that this person over here is getting something. And, there goes the oven. 1 second. My apologies, but usually we're all butthurt because that person over there got something we think we should be getting it. And someone had said casually they guessed it would be the same thing if they wanted to go practice food on. I'm like, oh no, because I walked down that road and I can tell you it's something entirely different. When you go to practice food on, if you do not have African ancestry, predominantly African ancestry, it's a very hard and long road to walk, as it should be, because there are several centuries of slavery to face in there. When you're coming into a culture like Nordic culture, Germanic culture, whatever culture, is an outsider, it's more like you're up against clannish people and people who might be a little bit imperialistic and, look down upon what they see as outsiders. It's two entirely different things. One, you're having a hard time because even though your ancestors may never have had a slave in their entire existence, you're still held as part of the group of people accountable for having slaves. And in the other, it's more like you're facing clannishness and racism. So it's one of those things that I've been, sorting out lately, and it just popped into my feed, and I'm like, that's terribly convenient. So I figured I would ask you guys if you know who this person is. Where is she now? Is she still writing? Is she a born again Christian? Is she a hardline atheist? What's going on? I'm interested. I have to know. And I heard back here, if I were you, I'd leave well enough alone, but I can't. I have to run headlong into disaster. It's the Lokean me. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.